live. If you can mute your camera, not your voice. You can leave your camera on or off as you wish. We are live. I'm going to switch it so that it is speaker view. And I'm in my little launch pad, and I have a guest with me behind who's going to join in as well. And for right now, let's set the space. So we are on week 2 of affirmative yoga. Affirmative yoga meaning affirming your union. I think I went to at least 5 years worth of yoga classes, situations, and I would hear the teacher explain things. And literally, I think it went in one ear, gained speed, and went out the other side. I didn't really put it together. I didn't really understand the meaning behind the words. And when you look at the word yoga, it really is a word that stands for the idea of creating a union. And so we have this little saying with my friends and family where we roll our eyes and say, everything is yoga, because everything really is yoga. Taking a candle and lighting it and literally staring at the flame while sipping a delectable cup of tea made by someone else or by myself, and observing the thoughts that go through my mind while I'm watching that candle flicker, while I'm tasting the flavors of the tea, while I'm feeling the sensations in my body. And again, observing my mind, that's yoga. That literally is yoga. And when you're actually in India doing different yoga classes or going through the day, and you could talk to somebody at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and if you said, I did some yoga today, they would literally look at you and say, what did you do? They wouldn't assume that you took your leg and stuck it around behind your head or that you chanted some loud mantra. They wouldn't know what you did. For all they know, you sat and stared at a candle and sipped tea, or you listened to animals at a farm and you used that as your form of meditation or quote unquote yoga. You're creating a union with the mind. You're observing the mind and saying, what do I want from that? What do I want from those thoughts? Are those thoughts that soothe me? Are those thoughts that benefit me? Are those things that will enhance my life? Or are they situations that remove me from who it is and where I want to be? So that's the complicated version of what yoga really means. And for me, every time I choose to do yoga, I have my stage set where I have my warm tea. I generally will have a candle or 5 lit. And then today I'm going to light an incense. Now, by next week, if you ordered the package, you will have oils. They should be arriving by Monday. But I'm going to go ahead and light up this incense. And there again, as the flame goes, I'm going to blow it out gently so that I can just invoke the end. If you have some incense, I'd invite you to do it yourself. This is rose scented. Now just the end is lit. And if you don't have an incense holder, you can put it in where there is a plant of some sort. Make sure you go clean up the ash. Otherwise, you might irritate the people around you who don't like it. And it leaves a little bit of a mess. I love music, and because I'm doing this on YouTube, I can only have royalty-free music. Otherwise, the video would be shut down. Today's theme is about going through changes and connecting to the gifts that they hold in our future. Going through changes and connecting to gifts. That's kind of a big ask when sometimes the changes that we're going through are not changes that we like. When we are aging, it can be hard to get older. When we are losing a parent or a loved one, it can be really challenging to figure out how to mentally go through life and time and not feel that that's taking you out. When we are moving, it's a massive change. We always know that even in the loss of a loved one, there's always a gift, whether it's the gift of that person's presence in your life and all the things that they taught you. When we lose financial grounding and all of a sudden we maybe have to take 3 steps back or take a job or be in a situation, there is definitely a gift in there. And the art of living, truly the art of living, is just knowing those gifts, recognizing them, feeling the bitterness, waiting for the sweetness to come through. So as you go through today's journey, I want you to come up with a couple of different, perhaps, challenges, going through changes. And a change doesn't have to be a challenge, but usually it is. And so today, my invitation is for you to bring up changes that might feel challenging, changes that might leave you sometimes scared, sad, concerned, nervous, angry even. See if you can invoke a little emotion in your mind today and use what we do to literally allow you to shift like a kaleidoscope, where you're looking at it one way and all of a sudden by staring at it, it becomes something else. And see if you can notice that in your body. Notice that in your mind. Notice that in your knees, in your breath work. Notice that in your memory. So without further ado, find your spot on your mat if you aren't already. I chose to sit on a little cushion here. I have another sip of my tea. As we come onto the mat, stay on a chair if you're kind of are seated like my friend Mike in the back. I would love to have my friend Bill on here sometime too. He is a gentleman over the age of 70, and the whole goal here is that any body type can do this. So please do respond to the video and let me know how it was for you, what your body type is, if you are young and athletic, if you are old and stiff, if you are challenged with your weight right now, challenged with an injury right now. Just notice where you are. And for me, it feels good to just sit on the mat. You might have a few blocks. I am going to set up my fun little tray. And I might even move my candle right there. I'm not going to, but I'm saying, again, set your stage. Going through changes. Close the eyes. And think of the energy that you bring into the room. Think of the energy that when you step in, people notice. When you walk into your office space, when you walk into a restaurant. What's your energy? What do people feel and see? Bringing the palms together. Go ahead and rubbing the hands. Finding your breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Take another deep breath in. Exhale it out. Take another deep breath in. Bring the thumbs into the heart. Form the sound of Om. Om. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Lower the hands down to the thighs. As the fingers interlace, lift the hands straight up. Breathe in, push the palms straight out. Move the arms off to the side, and then let them come back down again. Aura building. Connecting your mind and your body. Lifting up, removing unwanted feelings or fears. Allow for the heart and the throat to process and to create a new path that serves your highest good in all ways. So again, we're using a physical movement. I asked you or invited you to take changes that might feel challenging right now. Bring them into your mind. And as you do, see if your hands can connect with the mind where you're lifting that idea up, bringing it in front of your heart and in your throat, letting that be the processing point for it, pushing it out and away, and feeling a gentle smile upon the cheeks as though you're knowingly dissolving the challenge. Inhale, lift up, feel a gentle smile and empowerment, using the hands, pushing them away. The eyes are closed or 1/10 open. Again, staying connected. What is the hand doing? What are the arms doing? How are you using your imagination? Had a lovely conversation I got to eavesdrop in with a father and son the other day. And the son was recognizing his nervousness, his concern, energy, didn't want to have a dark mind when it came to his performance. And his dad was encouraging him that it was all in the mind first. The body will follow whatever the mind is doing. And as a young athlete, the question was, well, how? How do I do that? What do I do with these thoughts that come up that might say that I'm not good enough, that might say that I'm not as good as I should be? And this is kind of part of the how. How do we do that? How do we do this, prepare for a situation at work, a conversation with a loved one, a performance that we have to do athletically? We picture what we want in our mind, and then we use the hands to lift up and remove anything that isn't like that. And you feel the soft smile on your face. You see yourself excelling. You see that bank account balance building. You see yourself achieving that athletic feat. Feel it in the body, see it in the mind. Use the hands to interpret the action. 2 more rounds. Stay absolutely present. Lifting the energy up as you breathe in, exhaling energy out as you push away. And your next one, we're going to come to a standing position. So as you take your breath, lifting the energy up. And push the hands away and come to the base of the mat. Lift the hands straight up toward the sky, come up to the tippy toes. And then sweep the arms out and around, come down into the knees, deep, 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 deep. See how that feels. Lift the hands back up again, straight forward. Come up to the tippy toes. Let the hands come out to the side, come down deep into the knees. 4 more of these. Straighten the knees, lift the arms straight up, come up into the tippy toes. Sweep the arms out and around. Lift the heels as you come down. Lift the arms straight up, limbering up the body, opening up the heart. Soft, gentle movement. Sometimes it can be very distracting. Soft, gentle movements. Lifting the arms straight up. Open it back out. Come down. Bring the hands back into heart space. Come to the top of your mat. Close the eyes. Connect with the changes that we're going through. Close the eyes, close the eyes, close the eyes. What are the gifts that these changes can hold? Collecting the mind. Bring the arms straight out to the side. As the arms come straight out, turn the toes out, draw the right palm on top, left palm down, and we're going to exhale through the mouth, forming like a shh, SH sound. Inhale the arms out, inhale the legs straight. Now this time, left hand points up, right hand comes down. Shh. Inhale again. Feel you're taking up as much space as you can. Feel all of the ideas, the change, the chaos in life. And then on the exhale, use your hands, your knees, your breath. Shh. Very Tai Chi-like. The eyes again are closed or 1/10 open. Inhaling wide and exhaling. Shh. Inhaling, exhaling. Shh. chaos, feel craziness, feel nervousness. Exhale it out and see yourself calming. Shh. Breathe into the thighs. One more round each side. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Bring the palms together. Come to the top of the mat. Standing. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice the temperature change. Notice how the mind is feeling. We're going through a light, gentle, easy flow. Inhale the palms straight up. Swan dive the arms out wide. And just notice where the body is comfortable. Wide, wide, wide. Maybe you bend the knees here. Allow the upper body to hang forward. Hang forward, hang forward, hang forward. Shake the head, not at yes, not at no. Drop to what we call halfway lift. The palms come into the knees and the back flattens out. So I feel like my back is almost like it's flat enough for it to be a table. Palms are toward the knees. Exhale, fold forward. Again, halfway lift. Feel the back long. Exhale forward and step the right foot back. Now, this can be challenging. If this is challenging, if you can use something like this and just step straight back with one leg. If you're comfortable, go ahead and step the right foot back behind, the hands down on the earth, and then draw the arms straight up. It's what we call crescent warrior, crescent lunge. Arms are straight up. Look at the palms. Then look down toward that left knee. Again, look up toward the palms. Open up into warrior two. Left arm is in front, right arm is behind. Now draw the right arm underneath. This is getting a little complicated, but not really. Both thumbs are up in the air. Squeeze both forefingers in and pull that elbow back. Now stay deep into that left knee. We're going to bend the knee, give it a little bounce as we exhale through the nose, breath of fire. 30 seconds here. I'm going to go sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Notice the space that you have available in your knees. Notice the space in your heart. Looking at that left thumb. Exhale with force through the nose. Feel the navel snapping in. Notice that left knee right over the left toe. Inhale, draw the left thumb straight up. Think of the changes that you're going through. Think of the gifts that they hold. Let go of that arrow. Now we're going to cartwheel the arms down. You're going to draw the left leg back behind. You're going to come into your high plank for a moment. Open up the knees and then just sit into a child's pose or any version of what's comfortable leaning forward. Meet your body where it is. Maybe you have a block. Maybe at this point, being on your knees is challenging and you want to just come back and sit in your chair. Notice where you want to be right now. Connecting to the gifts. Come back to your mind right now. We're doing a Chi Warrior Kriya. And I was asking you to be aware of the chaotic energy that we can go through as humans in the outside world and how we can clear space and bring balance and consciousness inward. What does it mean to bring consciousness inward? Roll the body up, tuck the toes underneath. Come into downward facing dog just for a moment. If that can serve your body, that means you're going to lift the hips up, the hands are on the mat, the heels come down, and that might not be super available for some of you. It's all right. Roll up to the toes, roll back down to the heels. See how your body feels today. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Notice the blood flow. If this is too intense, come out of it. Come back into what we call a child's pose, and your hips can be up, your head can be down. Find some version of a comfort. This could be your child's pose. Whatever it is that you need to do. Step, walk, jump, hop, whatever it means to get your toes to the front toward your hands. Spiral the arms all the way back up again. And then draw the hands in front of the heart. Breathe. Connecting to the changes and the gifts that they hold. Inhale the hands straight back up again. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, the hands come toward the knees, flat back. Exhale, forward. This time, step the left foot back behind. And as you step the left foot back behind, coming back up into crescent, draw the hands straight up. So your right knee is bent, your left leg is back. You notice the challenge to this posture. Maybe you need to be up really high and you just have one leg back behind and your arms are just forward. Perfect modification. Maybe you want to really give that forward thigh a nice, deep, heavy support. And that left back leg is as straight as it can be. And you're going to feel the whole left hip opening wide up. Gaze up and look down. Look up one more time. And then as you open, come into what's called the warrior two. Hips open up wide, arms are wide. Again, breathe into that right thigh. If this is too much, straighten the legs up a little bit and just stand with the feet like a foot or two apart from one another. If you're in a deep bend, we're going to bounce gently, very easy pulse. Draw the left arm underneath. Pull that left thumb back so you're looking right at the right thumb. Right knee is forward, left knee is turned out to the side. Gentle pulsing, 30 seconds. Eyes are strongly focused at that right thumb. Breath of fire forcing out through the nose. There's the body temperature. Absolute fierceness on that thumb. Inhale, draw the thumb straight up to the sky. Let go. Cartwheel the arms down. Draw the right leg back and see if you can come into a high plank. Holding there. If that's too intense for you, drop down to the knees and just pause into a cat-cow tabletop for a moment or two. So this might be where you want, just tabletop, or hold that plank. Find the breath, find the body. Come back into the knees. I want to come back seated. So either seated on your heels. If that's too intense, you can sit on a block. If that's too intense, you can sit on some version of a bench. We're going to connect the hands in Apan mudra. So bring the thumb and the two middle fingers together and allow the index finger and the pinky to be extended. And rest the hands. This is a detox mudra. So bring back into mind changes that we see as challenges right now and use the mind to facilitate that into an excitement, an opportunity, an awareness. I trust the process of life. This mudra supports the removal of toxic thoughts, toxic energy, and waste in the body, and it stimulates the liver. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, as we remove toxicity, it's like removing boulders and weeds from a garden that you're wanting to plant. Now engage the fingers in front of the heart. So you're interlacing the hands and the thumbs are straight up to the sky. And as you engage that, think of that picture in your mind that you want. So whether it's something that you're wanting to achieve, something that you're wanting to excel at. In the situation of this athlete, it'd be achieving that competitive score. If you're in the business world, it's making that particular sale, having that handshake agreement with a new purchaser. If it's having an intelligent conversation with your child, if it's hearing a health report from your doctor, see it. It's a gesture of unshakable trust. The eyes are closed, recognizing I'm a creature of the divine. Strength and power lovingly supports me at all time. I've got this. It's a mudra, a gesture of consciousness reminding you that you are a creature of the universe, that it wants to have a good time through you. And as you are focused, it rides through the veins, it pulses through your cells. It develops and delivers strength and power. I've got this. Feel that smile within the cheeks. We're just taking a little pause here. Got a few more asanas to do. One more mudra, Dharma Chakra. So take both fingers and put them in what we call OK mudra. And then you're going to take your right hand, I'm probably mirroring you, and bring it over to your left middle finger. So my right index finger and thumb are going to touch my left middle finger. And then I'm going to bring the hands right in front of my heart. So my right hand is kind of facing out in front of my right side of my chest. My left hand is kind of rolling in toward my heart. What is my next step? How can I serve? Connecting your truth with your highest will. So again, when we go through a change, when we go through a challenge, how do we find the gift? Sometimes it can feel really raw and uncomfortable. Stay there for 2 more deep breaths. What is my next step? How can I serve? What is my next step? How can I serve? Releasing the hands. Now, wherever you're seated, it could be up on your bench, it could be on your knees. If you can come into Sukhasana or half lotus, or how I was seated before, engage the hands behind the back, find the breath, inhale, draw the chin up, and as you exhale, start to bow forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Lift the breath, lift the body, sit straight up and direct your consciousness from the root back up to the forehead. So find the breath in again. Exhale, start to bow forward. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. Keep concentrating your forehead and bend forward. Now, maybe you're just going to pause by tipping your chin. Maybe you're going to lift the hands up behind your back. Keep holding the breath and concentrating on the forehead. Still hold the breath, and you're going to lift up this time, sitting straight up, directing the consciousness from the root to the third eye, and then exhale it out. And play with the thoughts right now. Notice what comes up. Sometimes when we get really still, things get really loud. 2 more. Draw the breath in. Inhale. Draw your consciousness traveling from the root up to the third eye, space between the eyebrows. Holding the breath, keep concentrating and bend forward, directing the consciousness from the forehead down to the root. Lift the hands up behind you as you can. Continue to hold the breath. Keep concentrating on the root chakra and the third eye. Exhale the breath out here. Inhale and sit straight up. Exhale it out. Let's do this one more time. It is with thanks that I accept what the universe has waiting for me. Inhale, draw the breath up. Can we find acceptance to what is in front of us? Hold the breath. Bow forward. Again, notice where the body is. Lift the hands up behind you as you can. Continue to hold the breath. Noticing the third eye, noticing the tailbone. Hold the breath still. Lift the third eye, and then exhale it out. Release the hands. And again, you might be seated or you might be on your chair. Draw the palms straight up overhead. Draw the left arm in front of the right knee and draw the right arm back behind you. Have the hands straight up if you can, straight up from the shoulder. And use that left hand to support the spine as tall as you can, looking toward the right thumb, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Stay here for no more than 15 breaths. Maybe 2 more. In the form of a spiral, our path always leads us to our highest goal, where joy and peace rule. Think of the spiral path that we can be on. Sometimes it feels like we're not moving at all. And the next thing we know, we're up 5 levels. Find that breath. On your next inhale, release the arm and draw both palms straight up toward the sky. And then on your next exhale, switch that right palm over to the left knee, left palm looking behind you, lower that shoulder, but extend the arm out. Again, noticing the thoughts. This is more of a meditative journey, not super physically draining, so slow that it can be sometimes annoying, so slow that it can feel deeply empowering. In the form of a spiral, we are always being led. Again, remember yoga, it's connecting your consciousness and your body. It's noticing the thoughts that trickle through the mind, 350 to 500 per minute. It's a lot of thoughts. Feel that twist, feel that spiral action happening with the spine. One more breath in here, extend the left arm. Hold the breath in, draw both arms up toward the sky. And we're gonna do one more time each side, a little shorter. Exhale, left hand, right knee, draw the right thumb out. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Inhale, draw both arms up. Exhale, opposite. Inhale, exhale. Notice your life. Notice how it's always working out for you. Even when it feels like it's not. What are your expectations from your day, from your week? Draw both arms back up. Exhale the palms straight out again. Draw the hands back in front of the heart. Vajrapradama mudra. Find that smile to the cheeks. I've got this. I've got this. What is it that's that challenge? What is it that we're afraid of recognizing, owning? Is it our wealth? Is it our health? Is it our freedoms? Is it our communication ability? Where is it that we doubt ourselves? Find that smile, find the engagement of the fingers, and say to yourself silently, I've got this. Release the hands into Apan mudra, signifying that we're going to let go of anything toxic that holds us back. Anything toxic. Instead, we're trusting the process of life. Just because we don't have it in front of us does not mean it's not coming. And then the last mudra in the series, Dharma Chakra mudra, bringing the 2 hands into OK mudra, drawing the right index finger and thumb into the left middle finger. So the right hand faces out, the left hand rolls in. What is my next step? How can I serve my highest good? Breathing in, breathing out. How can I serve? Noticing what comes up into mind. Release the hands down. Draw the right palm down, and as you do, lean into it, look up toward the left. Swap the arms out, lean into the left arm, draw the right hand up. Let the right side body be as long as possible. Find your breath. Inhaling, both arms up, lowering back down. I open myself up to what is good and everything that I need for my personal journey. Think about that. Affirmation. I open myself up to what is good and what I need along my journey. When we begin to recognize the subtle coincidences of life, the universe bowing down to our request. And then we look right past that coincidence. It's bobbing up and down, going, hello, hello, I'm right here for you. I'm right here for you. And we keep looking out, going, gosh, I wish I had this thing. Allow the movement in your body to connect you with the idea that what you are seeking is seeking you, and it's right in front of you. One more time, each side. I open myself up to what is good and everything that I need for my personal journey. Last stretch. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, draw the hands down. Mahabandha, lock. Find your breath in. And you're going to exhale it out with force. Then as you do, I'm going to lower this. You're going to let the tailbone kind of roll underneath, and we're going to draw the breath back in. So we exhale it out and squeeze the root lock. So as though you were squeezing the perineum up, the sexual muscles up and in. You're going to squeeze the Uddiyana Bandha, which is the ribs. So you squeeze them together as though they're being engaged. And then the chin presses into the larynx and the throat. And it's like you're faking this inhale, but everything is really, really squeezed tight. We'll be here for a little bit. We'll practice a few rounds. So let it go again. Now find your breath in. Exhale it out. Squeeze the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, which are the ribs, and the Jaladhara Bandha, which is the throat. The arms are straight. You feel this lock intensely, intensely, intensely. You're feeling inner powers develop. And then release it, relax every tension, every piece of anxiety in the body. Find the breath in again. Exhale it out with force. Squeeze the root lock. So the perineum, squeeze it up. Bring the ribs together, the diaphragm, lock that. Lock the throat. Feel the arms straight on the knees. Feel this intense squeeze. Every lock on the body sealed. And then when it's time for you, go ahead and come back to normal breath. Again, inhale. Exhale it out. Squeeze the root. Squeeze the ribs. Squeeze the throat. Inner powers develop. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale the breath in. Exhale it out. Squeeze the root lock. Draw the perineum up and in. Feel the ribs come in. Connect with your digestion, your willpower. Feel the throat lock, learning how to not speak, but think, hear, respond first internally. All three bandhas locked. Release every tension and come back to breath. Extend the legs forward, and they might be deeply bent. You could be in a chair, but at this point, if you can come down to a mat, all we're going to do is just lean comfortably forward for you. Maybe that's just right here. Maybe you can extend the legs out a little bit further and the upper body can lean further forward. Maybe you want to have a block of some sort. And as you do that, that's just going to allow you to just to lean right there. If you are pregnant and you have a belly in front of you, allow that belly to be supported. And there again, just lean forward. You might even want to lean forward onto a chair or a stool here. That could feel really, really good in the back. What we're trying to get is a forward hamstring opening. We're actually stretching out the back, opening up the hamstrings. Let the face come straight forward. Feel yourself wonderfully supported by the powers of good. All I need is always taken care of. Again, affirmative thoughts, allowing the mind to trickle in a new story. That forward stretch, that back stretch, the hamstring stretch. Feel the body completely supported. Know that the universe is there whispering into the mind. Let go of this change. I'm bringing something new. I'm allowing you to see things differently. Allow yourself to remain completely relaxed with this forward fold. Anywhere from 5 breaths to 11 breaths. Depends on the pace that you're breathing. Let the whole upper body be supported by the legs. Our legs are significant in that they connect us to where we're going in life. So right now, let your back be supported by your legs. Allow your head to bend down in a very deeply relaxed way. Again, notice what comes up when we get still. Notice the thoughts. Notice the to-do list. Notice the memories. And come back into the simple sensation. Relax the body. Relax the breath. 3 more deep, long, engaging breaths and allowing the body to lean forward. On your next inhale, draw the spine up. We're going to come onto our back. Tickling the backs of the heels. So you're reaching back toward your heel. You're going to find the inhale, and as you inhale, lift the spine up. The hands stay reaching toward the heels. The head stays forward toward the, looking in between the knees. Inhale and exhale, keep the hips lifted. On your next inhale, draw the hands straight up overhead, keep the hips lifted. And exhale. For your next inhale, exhale down and lower the arms. Again, inhale, lift the hips up. And then again, maybe do exactly what you just did. Maybe this time bring the hands underneath the hips and push the hips up really high, pressing into the back of the throat, the back of the neck, the back of the head. Stay there for a breath or 2. On your next exhale, release the hands, lower the hips, come back down. Draw the knees into the chest, rocking side to side, circling in one direction, circling in another direction. And then rock the spine, coming up either into a seated position. You can stay on your back if you desire. You can go into a chair if you desire, onto a stool if you desire. I'm going to stay right here in a seated position. Again, Mike, if you want to sit in the chair and demonstrate that, if you want to be there, you can. Whatevs. We're going to do a little bit of breath work as we close out today's journey. Maybe I'll sit on a block. Kriya 1 breath. We've done this one. Inhale the breath in through the lips, like you were sipping a straw. Hold the breath and form the sound of Om at the third eye and repeat it 3 times silently to the self. And then gently, easily relax it through the nose. So again, sipping the air through the lips like you were sipping a straw, breathing into the third eye. Hold the breath while tipping the jaw slightly toward the sky, feeling that the sound of Om, or maybe God, or the word peace, whatever works with you, silently to the self, exhaling it through the nose. Notice where your hands are. If you wish to connect them with one of the mudras that we did, the Vajrapradama, or Apan, or Dharma Chakra, I invite you to do so if one of those mudras spoke to you. Otherwise, allow the hands to simply relax on the thighs, sipping the breath in. Feel as though you're sipping a straw, elevating the chin, forming the sound of Om 3 times at the third eye. Noticing the subtle changes going on in your life right now, and literally feeling a softness through your cheeks, connecting to them. as gifts, as teachers unfolding your heart's desire. You longed for what it is that is shifting in front of you. You have longed for this very change. You're just not aware of it. Inhale. Or maybe you are and you're very excited. Form the sound of Om 3 times. Exhaling it through the nose. Seeing challenges as changes supporting our evolution is part of the art of living. Learning to see beyond what is uncomfortable. Stay with the breath, inhaling through the lips like you're sipping a straw, forming the sound of Om 3 times at the third eye. Exhaling gently through the nose. Observing the mind, observing the sensations in the body. One more minute here. Sipping the breath in through the lips. Forming the sound of Om 3 times at the third eye. Exhaling through the nose. Two more rounds. Releasing the breath, coming back to a natural, even flow of the breath. The eyes are still closed. Scanning the body, scanning the breath. Going through changes and seeing them as gifts. Watch throughout your day, the next 2 days. Notice every time something is different, every time there's a change, every time there's something in you that an alarm goes off and you feel uncomfortable. It wasn't your plan. The expectation was for something different. See if you can pause and ask yourself, is this a situation where there's evolution happening before my eyes and there's a gift on the other side of this? See how you feel when you recognize that. Maybe you can grab the breath of fire or Kriya 1, or maybe one of the mudras, and quickly put your hands in Apan mudra, or quickly put your hands in Dharma Chakra mudra, and ask yourself, what is it that the universe is asking me to look at right now? Notice if you can see the changes as gifts, especially the ones that are uncomfortable, sticky, and feel like they're wrong. See if you can notice the gifts. Bringing the palms together, bringing the thumbs to the third eye. May you find peace in your thoughts. Drawing your thumbs to your lips, may you find peace in your words. Bringing your thumbs heart center, may you find peace in your heart. Bowing the chin, dropping the ego, getting out of the head. Closing with the mantra Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. I invite you to stay in the space or journal, or maybe you want to go do something super physically active right now. But observe the mind, observe what's happening, observe how you're feeling. I have a couple of wonderful, supportive, administrative fairies that have been helping me with this, and we are getting you the full transcript of everything, as well as the highlights. This week, I'm going to create a mini video of just the highlights of what we just did, and I'm going to email that out to you. It will be on the YouTube channel. And then you should have your oils. If you did order oils, you'll get them over the weekend or by Monday. And then we're going to have oils brought into the journey as well. If you already have essential oils, I will give you a heads up on some of the things that we're going to be using. I mean, we want blends like a sandalwood and the Zen Habits, some citrus, things that will ground you, soothe you, and help invigorate you when we want focus, willpower, determination, those sorts of energies. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. We are excited at creating a full online course with this. This is week 2. I look forward to seeing you week 3. The theme is love and dedication, a practice for the self. So let me know if you have questions, and I look forward to seeing you along the path.